There is no other place like Geneva on earth. Nestled at the foot of the Alps, this small yet powerful city is not just a beautiful destination, but a global hub for diplomacy, innovation, and culture. Known as the capital of peace, Geneva is home to the United Nations, the Red Cross, and countless international organizations shaping the future of our world. In today's video, I'll be taking you on a journey through Geneva, from the iconic jet d'eau to the scenic boat ride that takes you right up close to this powerful water fountain. You will join me as I walk along the lakeside, soaking in the stunning views and meeting fascinating people like a Chinese traveler I bumped into at the hostel. Together, we will explore the charm of Geneva's old town and the convenience of its efficient trams, making our way through the heart of the city, including the Geneva University, St.Pierre cathedral, jet d'eau, and the famous Geneva city center, including the chocolate stores. So sit back, relax, and let me show you why Geneva isn't just a place to visit. It's a city that connects the world. Let's dive into this unforgettable adventure as we uncover the charm of this beautiful Swiss city. I started my journey from Chamonix in France to Geneva in the early morning. I traveled by bus. It took hardly 2.5 hours for me to reach Geneva. As I reached the city center, I could feel the vibes of the city. I witnessed the Geneva Lake, jet d'eau, and people moving around, tourists trying to find their space in the city, hustling to find the attractions. I loved the peace. As I travel along with other tourists, I spotted a lot of branded watch showrooms like toSt, Rolex, and many more Swiss made stores. I checked into my hostel, it's Geneva Hostel. Geneva Hostel is really special to me because the vibe was different as I entered. It was filled with young people, mostly college people. So I checked in, put my bags as there was time for check-in. I met this girl from China. She was sitting at the entrance. I still remember. She asked me if I was going out for breakfast and she wanted to join. I said yes, I'm going for breakfast and you're welcome to join. That's how we started our conversation, and then she's a solo traveler as well. We spoke a lot about India and China and how it feels to be an Asian in the European side. We finished our breakfast and started moving towards the fountain, but we were stuck in rain. Geneva is really special and magical, I would say. Out of nowhere, the clouds formed and it rained heavily for like almost 30 minutes. But it was really beautiful to watch all these birds enjoying in the rain, unlike the humans. The water was really cold, and I just lost in time. I see the birds, the rain, Geneva Lake, and the nature. We also spotted a beautiful place for lunch. Meanwhile, while we were stuck at the rain, and I spotted a fancy ship that is traveling from France, I believe. It had Switzerland as well as France flags on it. Switzerland flag on the back side and France flag on the front side, as you can see. It was moving and just wanted to capture it quickly. Came back. The swans were enjoying the rain. We thought, we thought the rain is not going to stop, and to our surprise, out of nowhere, sun came out and the clouds were cleared. It was sunny back. That's when we started walking towards the hostel. We thought, okay, we'll go back to the hostel and maybe come back later. But again, after reaching this joggers park, we saw people coming out for running and jogging. It was still in the morning, around 10:30 a.m. People in Geneva, they don't care about the timing much. They're really fitness oriented. They just run, walk, and cycle all over the day and night. As it was perfect weather to start our journey now to explore the city, it was very much sunny and beautiful. We thought, okay, let's walk towards the boat club and take this free ride. Yes, you heard it right. So Geneva offers this beautiful tourism tactic. It offers absolute free commute to all the tourists, whoever stays in hostels or hotels. You will be given a tourist card, virtual or offline, mostly virtual, on your email. It will be registered against your passport. Basically, you can get it in your hotel or hostel reception. So basically, you can take train, trams, bus, or even boat absolutely for free in the city center in Geneva. This facility is also there in other locations in Switzerland like Lausanne and Interlaken, but not Zurich. So we started to walk towards the boat club and trying to find these yellow boats, because we were told that the white boats are usually by the private clubs that charge money and the yellow boats are the free ones. So we were really looking for the yellow ones. We walked inside this path to a private boat club and asked one of the guys where we can find these yellow boats, and he showed us the directions. We had to walk for 10 minutes by the lake, and we started walking to the point that he suggested and enjoyed the views around us. We also tried to spot places for lunch once we are done with the boat ride, because the plan was to cross the lake by boat and get to the jet, spend some time there, and then come back and have lunch. So we spotted a couple of restaurants here which were serving seafood and also for the cuisines. So we thought, okay, let's come back here and have our lunch. As we walked towards the boarding point, we spoke a lot about Asia in general, China, India and the tourists and their treatment in European countries. To-dos and not to-dos, and a lot more, like our travel itineraries for the rest of the days in Europe. She was going from Geneva to France, and I just came from France, so we spoke a lot about our travel histories and other things. It was fun to interact with this Chinese girl. And finally we found this yellow boat and its boarding point. So luckily every half an hour we have one boat for every 30 minutes. So luckily by the time we walked here we got a boat which was ready to cross the lake. So we were happy to see that, and it's really beautiful. As soon as the boat arrived, we saw a couple of other tourists also walking towards the boarding point. I gave way to the others first because I was trying to absorb the views from here and also observing the water. And to my surprise, there is absolutely no fish in Geneva Lake. Yeah, I'm not kidding, because I did not see any fish in the waters. The water is really transparent, it's clean. I could see through the water and I could not find any fish. And even I discussed this with this Chinese girl. We thought probably the reasons could be because of the swans and birds. They're in huge numbers, so probably the fish are maybe afraid of these birds and maybe they are somewhere in the deep waters or something like that. So as soon as I arrived at the port entry, I was really surprised by the way it was maintained. It's panoramic 360 degrees viewable boat, absolutely touristic stuff with a Swiss flag at the rear side, and absolutely clean. It has seats on either sides, and it has two pathways, as you can see here. Super panoramic, beautiful, just the right energy to start the day with. Just fill me with excitement. So we started our boat ride as soon as all the passengers boarded in. It was not waiting for much time because it had to reach the other side as well, and there is only one boat ride per 30 minutes, so they're always on time. And there's also a roof covering to this boat in case rain suddenly surprises people. We could be saved. As you can see around us, huge groups of birds, in hundreds and thousands, I would say. They were just playing along the surface of the waters, and that's one of the reasons, as I said before, the fish disappeared from these waters. I just thought of just going closer to the window and maybe check the water color and its depth. Really clean water. I could see through it like I was scuba diving in the waters. And also I was trying to explore my camera skills and its settings because I was also new to this camera. By the way, I use Insta360 X4 for my street photography when I travel. So I thought of just standing at the window and maybe have a couple of minutes there. Soon after 5 minutes, we could see the jet from a closer distance, and everybody started capturing it with their mobiles and cameras. It was really huge. The fountain was really huge. From the other side of the lake, it looks just fine, like a fountain. But then as you approach it closer, it really is a huge fountain. It's very tall. And I guess it's one of the tallest fountains in the entire Europe. So in 10 to 15 minutes time, we crossed the lake and we greeted the driver of the boat, and I could see a line of people waiting for the boat ride to cross the lake and go back to the other side. We saw a lot of boats parked. I'm sure these are owned by the private clubs. As we approached towards the jet door, it was nothing short of a marvel. Even though it's man-made wonder, it looked like a natural water fountain. The sparkles along with the wind moved to a larger distance, and as it just rained before we came here, you all know what happens when it rains and the sun comes out after the rainbow. We saw a beautiful rainbow forming right on the surface of water. It was my first time in my whole life that I have witnessed a rainbow on water surface. On the way to the jet, I also saw swans playing around on the lake. They were having their moment, and people were capturing swans as well as the jet. And yeah, the rainbow. As I was really surprised to see the water sparkles and the rainbow on the top surface of the lake. It was just the right start of the day. I couldn't believe my own eyes that I'm seeing a rainbow right up close. And everything is so clear at this place, so bright, so peaceful. I've had my couple of pictures with the help of my Chinese friend, I would say. After 25 to 30 minutes of time, we thought of heading back and crossing the lake over, as we were feeling hungry as well. We already had decided the place for lunch, so we quickly moved to the boat arrival point at this side of the lake, and we moved to the other side and grabbed some lunch. There was a seating area outdoors as well as indoors at the lunch spot. We sat here outdoors initially, but then later we were troubled by the birds, so we thought of moving inside and finish our lunch. Then quickly we walked towards the city center. We thought of getting inside the trams and exploring the city center. So both of us waited at the tram station, and I was really fascinated to see the diverse range of colors Geneva has got for its trams. And as I told you before, trams are also absolutely free of cost. Travel alone. So we thought of getting into this tram and maybe let's just go explore the city from the tram. Of how the streets would look like, how the buildings would look like, how the city architecture is, how is the traffic scene, etc., etc. We had no goals. We were like just flowing with not much plans in the mind. Just thought of having a relaxed day. So I stood by this window glass and she was asking me if I was recording the video. I said yes. After a couple of minutes, I got a seat. Just comfortably took my space and started capturing the streets from this glass. The trams are pretty smooth and comfortable, and they're pretty fast as well. So usually in India we don't have much trams, but then I will tell you how it goes on in European cities. So there are separate tracks for these trams on the roads, and when there's no tram, the four-wheelers would typically use these roads. In the sense, to utilize the road space efficiently, they would follow the same path as the tram, following all the traffic routes with the right side driving. So all the roads could be utilized efficiently. That's the idea. It is really working well for them. I did not see metro stations though in Geneva. There's mostly trams. The city is really well connected by trams. So people mostly use either their own vehicles or trams. And public transportation like buses and trams are really convenient in Geneva, as it's really well connected, as I said, and also for tourists it's the best. Because the number one reason being it's absolutely free commute, as I said before, and number two is its well connectivity across the city. I was just observing the shopping stores, the buildings, the architecture, the color of the buildings, the number of people that are coming into the tram and getting out. I was observing everything, as it was my first time in Geneva. And I like to really observe these small things whenever I travel, because anybody would probably Google about the touristy spots and go there and maybe cover those spots. That's natural. But then I would love to observe everything, live like a local, take public transportation, live in hostels, have the local food, and have no plans on certain days, and just go with the flow and have a relaxed trip, rather than having a checklist and living the social media life. I would like to probably just sit back, calm, and have a relaxed trip. That's how usually my trips are, and I enjoy being like that. And also let me know in comments how you operate when you travel. Are you a person who follow a typical checklist and you want to do all these touristic spots that are famous on Google, or you would like to have your own itinerary and just follow your own instincts and just randomly travel along with the flow? Just let me know in the comments. I'm curious to know that. So we, after a couple of spots, we thought, okay, let's get down. And I think because it was, we thought maybe it was getting deserted now. Okay, probably we are entering the residential areas and moving out of the city center. We thought, okay, now this is enough. Let's cross the road back and take another tram in the opposite direction and go back to the city center. So she was also equally excited as I was, and said okay to the plan. So we crossed the road and trying for the opposite tram back to the city center, and we got into one quickly because trams are frequently moving around in Geneva. Connectivity is really good. Also, you can see the glasses and the roads are having these watermarks. It's raining on and off in Geneva because it's autumn season. So the city is really, really organized. There are tramways, there are joggers track, cycling track, there's footpath for pedestrians, the traffic signals, the zebra crossings, everything is perfect. I would say the city is flawless. And as you see here, there are spaces, dedicated spaces made for infants and physically challenged people. In every tram and bus, I observe this everywhere in the city. There are dedicated spaces, and there are stop buttons in the trams that you can just click on the stop button whenever your stop is approaching, so that the driver will get a notification to stop and he will stop the tram. Otherwise, I've had my troubles in Europe sometimes when I just was lost in my mobile phone or listening to music and I forgot to click the or hit the stop button. I ended up skipping my stop and got down to the next stop. But it did not happen many times though, but it happened a couple of times. So after around 15 minutes of just exploring the city in tram, we reached the city center, and there was no stop that we we haven't decided where to get down. We just thought, okay, we've seen this before while going through the tram in the other direction. Okay, let's get down here, is what we thought. But then we thought, okay, this maybe is not the right spot to get down, and we thought, okay, let's move further. Get down, as there were a lot of shopping stores and chocolate stores around that area. I witnessed this woman trying to run along with the tram. So maybe she was in a rush. She's trying to run and jog and reach the tram station. Yeah, this woman is really in a hurry. So we thought, okay, let's get down here, and got down in the city center. This is like the heart of Geneva City, where all the shopping stores, watch stores, chocolate stores, everything at one place. Instead of taking a walk, luckily it was not raining. It just rained and stopped, it looked like, as all the roads were wet. The weather was cold. The idea was just to go around the city center, explore, do a bit of shopping, and see if any chocolates interest us, so that we could just grab few and take back home. I would say there was no tourist peak season for Switzerland, because I think 365 days for the entire year you can see tourists in Switzerland and in Geneva especially. People are really friendly here. Food is really great. Air is absolutely pure. And the water too. I think if you can afford a living standards here, this is the perfect place. Just move to this country, move to the city, just live here. This is the perfect city. Beautiful people, beautiful streets, lovely environment, food, water. What else can we ask for? So we crossed the road and thought of checking this chocolate shop. It looked fancy and expensive though. but just thought of checking the store and the local chocolates that are made. So in Geneva, every chocolate store that you visit, they usually make their own chocolates. They have the manufacturing unit right behind, and they make their chocolates and sell. So we inquired for the prices and really did not get surprised much, as we were expecting high prices and it was absolutely high. So we thought, okay, maybe let's inquire a few more a little later and purchase from the right place. As you can see, they have a lot of these cute little gift boxes and stuff. So we came out of this chocolate store. We did not make a purchase there. We thought of parking it for a later point in time. This was fascinating to see. The street was really cute with lots of small cafes and restaurants. We thought of going this uphill. Pasta people, Italian restaurant. I just marked this in my mind. I thought of trying their food later, and I did. In fact, the very next day I came here and had a pasta. It was really good, really tasty. So while walking this uphill, I saw this natural water. They just made an arrangement for people to drink water. And you can see such arrangements in Europe, entire Europe. Wherever you go, mostly there are public water taps, which is absolutely pure water. You can just go and drink or fill your water bottles. So after walking for a couple of minutes, we saw these flags and the fancy buildings, which looked like some office building though. We thought, okay, let's check this out on the left side. And on the right side, there are some boutiques and art galleries. It's a beautiful road. So this building, it says Palais de Justice. It's nothing but Geneva's court of justice. So as we thought, it's an office building, and there are police cars and patrolling vans around the building as well. There are beautiful restaurants on the opposite side. We thought of checking them out later, but then we first thought of walking till the end of the road and see what it looks like. And there's a police station, by the way. It looks really fancy and professional. So this place is really close to the St.Pierre cathedral, but then we did not go to that place yet. We thought of going to the left side and maybe just take a walk. Look like a residential complex on the opposite side of this court, and on the left side you can see the other entrance of the Palais de Justice. The very next day morning, I started my way to St.Pierre Cathedral. So this is the same restaurant spaces that I showed you before, the same junction where the Palais de Justice visitors have it. So I quickly took a walk towards the cathedral. It's a fancy road, I would say, full of residential buildings and lots of flags, Switzerland flags and Geneva flags. So Switzerland is divided into multiple cantons, they call. Just like we have states in India, they have cantons in the country. So Geneva is also one of the canton. So this flag, the one in yellow and black with a bird-like structure, it's a flag of the canton of Geneva. And the official Switzerland flag is also placed here in the street. It's a beautiful street. People are walking, the tourists are walking towards the cathedral. There are residential complex, so the local people also reside here. The architecture is amazing, surreal, out of the box. There's also a cycle track designed for people who wants to take the cycling path to the cathedral. So I follow the directions towards the cathedral, and there are nice, cute restaurants and cafes on the way where people were chilling along with families and friends, and there were local people as well. As I said, people residing here for a very long time. And also there's a public transport facility to this area. There's a bus that comes to the cathedral from the city center. You can also take a bus if you would like to, but I preferred walking, so I just walked along, covering the streets. And here it is, St.Pierre Cathedral, with a huge history. Previously, it was called a Roman Catholic cathedral, having been converted in 1535. It is also known as the adopted home church of John Calvin, one of the leaders of the Protestant Reformation. And inside the church is a wooden chair used by Calvin. This church is founded in the 4th century and is still active. So I've included a few pictures of the food that I had in the past, the people and the Rolex shopping that we have done, and other shops that we have entered, and also a couple of pictures from the Geneva University. The university had a mini train inside just to take the tourists for sightseeing, and also people were playing chess, just standing on the road. It was my first time to see such beautiful scene. It was really like a movie wherein people play chess standing on the roads. And had a couple of pictures on the way to the cathedral as well. And this is the main railway station in Geneva. It has connectivity to other cities within Switzerland and also to other countries in Europe like France and nearby countries. This is Cornavin station. So that's my journey in Geneva in short. I've covered other experiences in separate videos. Hope you like this video, and let me know in the comments if you expect more from this channel. And in case you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, this is Time Travel with me. I make videos on traveling and share my experiences with you. So please subscribe to this channel to not miss any travel content and updates. And also click on the bell icon to not miss any notifications in case I upload any new content. See you in the next one. Until then, keep traveling along with me.